but you also have a very deep team. I think 86% of your minutes are returning. Guys from 1 to 14 or 15 can legitimately play. You had a couple of years ago, you had a deep team too, but this one may be more deep. Have you been able to kind of use some of these practices to maybe identify maybe a little growth in one person and separate a little bit?
I think truthfully, Scott, it's probably gotten worse, from that standpoint. It's become harder. But, I'm a firm believer, and over time, that will manifest itself. What I'm going to try to do on this trip is just a completely fair dispersal of playing time. Not get into, this is my starting lineup, this is my next three, this is my next three. These guys aren't going to play as much. That's not the case, because nobody is in that last group that I can see. So what we'll do is we'll take the games and we'll okay, this game, these 4 guys aren't playing. These guys are. And then that will change. And obviously Dom's going to play all the games in Germany. We'll mix the others up. And, when we come back, it'll really be a pretty even situation in terms of who played how many minutes.
And as skilled as those guys are, Luka and Jack, and their size, they look big, like Big Ten bodies already. I mean, how do they compete right now among everybody?
They've been phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've been really impressive, both of them.
How far along is Cordell from his surgery, and is he going to be able to play for you guys?
In the beginning, he wasn't doing anything, and in the last couple of days, he's been tremendous. So we've been careful. Like, he's practiced the last 2 days. He hasn't practiced the whole time, but when he's been on the floor, he's been spectacular. I mean, explosive. His game. He just walk. He knows how to play. So he's not a mistake guy. He can score. He can pass it. He can dribble it. He's smart. He knows where to go. So it's not like whatever we're doing, he's confused or he's a day late. He just where he's supposed to be. He's got a great attitude about it. I'm really happy for him, because it was a tough spring and early summer. You're trying to figure out, okay, what does he have? What are we going to do? Where are we going to go to get it done? And he was sore, obviously, and then he felt better maybe a little bit later than he hoped to, which is not uncommon. That was frustrating for him. But we just said, hey, you got to slow it down. There's no rush here. I mean, if he plays on this trip, it's great. If he doesn't, I don't think anybody cares. He's coming. But based on how he's played the last 2 days, I mean, he'll play, and he'll play well.